all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys, shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my lost boys, shout to all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys,
So Victor, what was life like growing up for you?
Well, it was pretty simple, nothing fancy, as you know, because I grew up in Mexico, so I have nothing. But at the age of 5, I moved to the United States, and that's when I first met my mother. When I came here, during that time, we really didn't have a home, so we were, you know, live with different families from different churches that we used to attend. We did a lot of church hopping. We went from a Catholic church to a Pentecostal church to all this stuff. And I grew up with different denominations, different like points of views about the Bible, and I saw how those families didn't walk what they were preaching. And at the end of the day, you know, that kind of hardened my heart for God and like for the gospel. And it's like, what's the point of this? You know, it's like I don't get it. You know, if they're not gonna live what they preach, why am I doing it? So I kind of feel like lost and hopeless.
Victor, so what was life like for you immediately before the Encounter Retreat?
Well, about that time, during that time, I was in high school, and that's also when I started attending Generation. You know, during that time, I was, you know, learning about scriptures, but I wasn't really living them. I was just being a hypocrite, being honest, you know, just living a life. You know, where in the outside, I would say what the Bible says, what I should say, what I knew I should say, but I wasn't living them.
What was your thoughts behind the entire retreat leading up to the last worship set?
Well, like, you know, during that time, it was just a second nature. It was a bad habit. It was just a routine. That's what it was. It was a routine where I knew what I had to say. I knew what I had to do. I did everything that it was supposed to happen, but I noticed how we were heading towards the end and nothing changed inside my heart, and it just like, it made me feel even worse. It was like knowing what to do, but nothing changing.
What happened at that last worship set?
So we were there. I remember the band was playing, you know, the guys, we were singing, and I just remember how it felt, you know, like how I was trying so hard to like make something change in me, and I remember the exact words that went through my mind at that time was like, why has nothing changed? But I remember exactly in that time when I broke down and I got on my knees that something had changed. I was free from all this like feeling of hopelessness, loneliness, just being sad, because I realized that, you know, even though I never met my dad, even though I never really had a secure home, I never had a family, God had let that happen for the purpose of whenever I found him, whenever, you know, it was going to be clear that, you know, that he saved me, that I was going to be able to share this testimony with other people that have gone through that or that can relate to it. And that's really what matters. It's not about me. It has never been about me, and it will never be about me, but it's about what God did in my heart, so I can take that to other people that can relate to it and bring them closer to God, and so they can see the joy and the true happiness that God brings. So I encourage every single one of you guys to go to the Encounter Retreat and see what that can do for you. Just as it changed my life, it could change yours. If you have any questions, don't hesitate and go talk to one of the leaders.